And we're back. Unfortunately, the Bison lost 71-64. I mean, coming out of the break, the Bison clawed and fought their way back. Coming out at the end of the third quarter, they're only down by 2 points. I mean, 56-54, which is not bad. But however, Kansas City also continued their momentum and wasn't missing.
It's just unfortunate, it's an unfortunate end to what was a solid season for this women's basketball team. And yeah, like you mentioned, really the only good part of this game was the final 2 minutes of the third quarter. Other than that, they couldn't get any consistency going, especially on offense. It was just no shots were going in. And then defensively in the fourth quarter, it fell apart. They gave up a couple of crucial threes, but put it back by 7, and they just couldn't catch back up after that.
I mean, watching the game, I kept thinking about where you were saying the watch for KC's. I mean, Elise and Menza. Unbelievable second half. I mean, clutch. I mean, Mrs. Clutch is probably an understatement with Menza. I mean, I think she finished the game with around 25 points. She had a hell of a game.
And meanwhile, for NDSU star players, Heaven Hamling and Ella Evans, they had great third quarters. Ella Evans had 12 points and Heaven Hamling had 9 in the third quarter alone. But unfortunately, Ella Evans, no points in the fourth quarter, and then Heaven just a few. So unfortunately, NDSU star players got shut down, and just, like I mentioned, a very unfortunate end to what was a great season. This is a very painful loss, but it was a great season. There are a lot of players coming back on this team next year, so hopefully they can, avenge this loss, that stays in their head, that they can, come back next year and prove that this was just a fluke.
I think unfortunate is kind of an understatement. I mean, you come back, the same team that defeated you in the quarterfinals, you come back this season, same story. I mean, it's tough.
There's kind of a phrase in basketball, it's hard to be a team 3 times in the same year, and unfortunately that was just the case today. They beat them both times in the regular season, just couldn't beat them today when it really mattered.
Second seed, 10th seed, how do you do that? How do you do that? Unbelievable season. Come here. You're the favorite. This is probably the worst upset this tournament's going to have. How do you do that?
The unfortunate part, to give Kansas City credit, they came out with fire today. Their star players showed up, and I mean, they definitely took the momentum from that buzzer beater against Denver, and they brought it here today.
When we mentioned our overtime, this whole season, no matter what happened, we said no matter what happened, we would be happy about, this team's performance. Now, care to comment on that?
I'm still happy for the season that they had. A great season to get the second seed, which is the best that they've had in a while. But unfortunately, at the end of the day, you got to win the games that really matter, and these are games at this place that really matter. And unfortunately, they couldn't get it done. But like I said, there's a lot of hope for this team in the near future. A lot of young players coming up.
Team.
Yep, Ella Evans, freshman, Abby Graham, freshman. I mean, you got a lot of players who are coming back next year. So I feel like this team is still going to be strong next year. It's just, like I mentioned, an unfortunate end to the season.
Yeah, to add to that, I mean, like I said, they had a miraculous season, but however, you got to win the games that count. If you can't make it to the championship, it means nothing. But I'd say to go on this team, this is a young team. I'm excited what's going to happen in the next 2-3 years, but however, they just couldn't make it happen this season, and we thought they could at least make it to the championship.
And it's just a wonder, you talk about the inexperience. Was it the inexperience that really cost us in this game, unfortunately?
Well, maybe that's not a factor because they had 3, veteran players that came back, Hamling, Schulte, and Benke. So I don't know. It's a tough one. But however, the men's play tomorrow. They're still in it. Hopefully they can get far and not get eliminated in the quarterfinals. So,
yeah, we can definitely hope for that. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the pregame show for the men's game.